I've noticed that it might be helpful to you if I taught about using a calculator in order to find a correct solution to a problem.
What I really want to teach you here is that we're talking about the monthly payment formula. Monthly payment formula, where capital M is the amount that you end up calculating, it's the monthly payment amount, and where P is the amount of money that you borrowed, called principal, and R is the APR, the annual percentage rate, written as a decimal. So if you're going to be talking about 5%, you would have to take the 5 and divide it by 100 and represent it as 0.05, and that would represent R. T would be the time in years in the length of a loan. So in this case right here, we're going to take the illustration. Here is the formula itself. Putting it into the actual formula with the numbers gets a little bit challenging. So here what we're talking about, and I'll just say it once, we're taking $1,500,000 and we're multiplying it by the fraction 0.0285 divided by 12. And then we're taking that and multiplying it by 1 plus 0.0285 divided by 12, close parentheses, raised to the 12 times 30. 12 times 30 is 360, so you could just write 360 there. But that's the numerator. So you want to say that all divided by, open parentheses, and then another set of parentheses with 1 plus 0.0285 divided by 12 in it, but that raised to 360, and then subtracted 1. And then we close the parentheses and hit enter, and out will come the amount that you're supposed to pay for the monthly rate. If we tried to do this on a TI calculator, it would come out looking like this. We're going to punch in $1,500,000. And we're going to multiply that by, open parentheses, 0.285 divides 12. And we're going to close parentheses and say that times, open parentheses, 1 plus 0.0285 divides 12, close parentheses, and raise that parentheses to 360, which is 12 times 30. Now I need a right arrow in order to get my cursor back down, and I'm going to say divides, and we're going to say open parentheses, and I need another open parentheses because there's an inner parentheses, and it's going to be 1 plus 0.0285 divides 12, close parentheses, raised to 360. I need to go right arrow again to get myself back down, and then say minus 1, close the parentheses. And so now I've finished with the denominator, and if I hit enter, I should have the right answer, which is $6,203.36 for the monthly payment on a loan of $1.5 million for 30 years. So we just calculated that the monthly payment is going to be $6,203.36 per month. And that was done pretty easily on the TI-84 calculator. So we're going to try that again, only this time we're going to do it on a standard calculator. So if we're going to use just a regular calculator, I have a game plan. We have 3 things in the numerator that are being multiplied, and my vote is to take this part with the exponential first, and then multiply the other parts, and then just do the entire numerator all by itself, and then hit enter. Same kind of strategy for the denominator. We take the denominator and do the part with the exponential in it first, and then subtract the 1 and hit enter. Then take the 2 results and take the result from the numerator and divide it by the result in the denominator. So that's what we're going to try and do. So here we are in the just nominal calculator, and we're going to go with that game plan. So we're going to take 1 and add to it 0.0285 divided by 12, and we're going to hit equals and take that number and raise it to 360. And then we're going to take that amount and multiply it by 0.0285 divided by 12, and then take that amount and multiply it by 1.5 million. And that's our numerator. So go ahead and write down that numerator, 8368, and just write down all of the digits and put a bar and get ready to divide that by something. So what are we dividing by? We're going to calculate the part that requires an exponent first, so it's 1 plus 0.0285 divided by 12, and we're just going to hit enter and then raise that to 360 and hit enter, and then subtract 1 from that and hit enter, and we're going to write that number down, 1.34. So we've written those two numbers down, and we're just going to divide now. 8368.28 1393517621947 divided by 1.34899198180385 and hit enter, and we get our answer, $6,203.36, which is the same as what we got the other time. But understand what the strategy was to solve for the numerator first, then the denominator, write down those two numbers as you've solved them, and then do the division of the fraction. So you're dividing the numerator by the denominator and getting the answer. And here we got that same answer, but we did it with two different kinds of calculators. So I hope that makes sense to you, that if you use your calculator correctly and try to avoid problems that the calculator itself is incapable of doing, you can actually separate, a problem into numerator and denominator, take the two numbers, and actually come up with the right answer. So give that a try a few times. Make sure that your answers are consistent. Maybe use a problem that comes out to a certain amount, like this one right here. You should get that $6,203.36 every time if you're doing your calculator movements right.